Rotary helps create the conditions for peace, opportunity, and a future worth living.
This is what empowers them, uplifts them, makes them leaders in their communities.
Rotary creates a more peaceful world, a more hopeful world.
Good evening. My name is Gil Faber.
And my name is Dave Meyer.
We're co-presidents of the Covington Rotary, which was founded in 1920.
In celebration of our centennial post-pandemic, we want to welcome all of you here this evening.
What an honor it is for us as co-presidents to honor some of the longest-serving Rotarians in our club history and in Rotary history throughout the world. Leon served in Rotary clubs in various cities as he continued to acquire leadership positions wherever they moved.
Leon's career pinnacle was being chosen as the third president of Northern Kentucky University, where he led monumental growth, both in enrollment and campus growth as well.
Leon was instrumental in securing Chase Law School as a solid part of NKU. He was a leader of great character and accomplishment and stood firm with state and university officials in securing necessary funding for essential growth.
Even following his retirement to care for his dying wife, Leon continued his participation in the Covington Rotary. He served on the National Conference of Christians and Jews and was instrumental in getting the National Underground Railroad Museum started.
Dr. Booth joined Rotary in 1973 and now celebrates his golden anniversary in this noble world endeavor. For these reasons, we honor Dr. Leon Booth in his efforts to support Rotary and its endless outreach to the world.
I'm from Carthage, Missouri, born in the southwest corner of Missouri. It was a wonderful place to live.
Oh, he was a nice man.
You know, having grown up poor and stuff, I've always been taught by my parents, you know, even if times are tough, you try to be thoughtful, helpful as much as you can. And I think it's that tradition with it I inherited. When I was at George Mason, the man who was president of the university as well as the provost, and I was a dean, invited me to be a member, and I joined Rotary formally. And I've been a Rotarian at Illinois, in addition to Virginia, Illinois, and of course here at Northern Kentucky, and I very much still in love with Rotary. We go through this motion every meeting talking about, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? And we talk about the creed that I think is really a very American democratic practice. And so I think it's a very wholesome organization. It does a lot of good, a lot of volunteer work, it raises money for charity. It is, everywhere I've been, I have never regretted being a Rotarian. In fact, I'm even more proud than I've ever been. Anybody who has been very successful usually has a wonderful marriage, and I am no exception in that regard. My first wife, Nancy, was married. We were married 36 and a half years. She came down with MS, was quadriplegic for about a year or two, and we were at the head table in Cincinnati for a big banquet with 1,000 people out in front of us. And she'd be sitting up there, and I'd be feeding her, and she would be a little embarrassed. I said, honey, if they got a problem with it, it's their problem. It's not our problem. After she died, I was widowed for about 4 years. And then I saw a beautiful redhead, and somehow I got into a situation of being able to get a date with her. We were married, and now we have a merged family of 7 children, 18 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren, so life is good.